Barstool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker. Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports. I'm Mark Titus. He is Brandon Walker. Today is Tuesday, February 27th. We are live from Chicago. And what do you want to talk about, Brandon?
I don't really like doubling up on the number one topic 2 days in a row. I think it's lazy. I think it's kind of sad that we go back to the well. That being said, we're going to go back to the well here because we said our piece on the court storming controversy yesterday when we talked about Filipowski and his drama queen act that he pulled on Saturday. We said our piece, and that was it. And then Jay Bilas, ESPN expert analyst Jay Bilas, did the rounds yesterday. And Mark, I'm just going to say it like it is. I believe Jay Bilas said the dumbest fucking shit I have ever heard a respected sports analyst say.
And that's the part that you got to throw in there because we all say a lot of dumb shit. In fact, if you keep this show on long enough today, Brandon or I, probably one of them over here.
Yeah. And not even that long.
Really fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
The difference, we are not respected.
Mm-hmm.
We are not measured. We are not. Jay Bilas is supposed to be all of these things.
We're not brought onto First Take as a leading voice, an expert in our
literally a lawyer.
Yeah.
Who is smarter than all of you.
Mm-hmm.
We've now brought in a lawyer who is smarter than all of you and is going to tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah.
And he said the dumbest fucking thing he has ever said. He said something so stupid that I love Jay, I've met him a few times. He's a great guy. I do think he's been a great ambassador for college basketball over the totality of his career.
Yeah.
The idea that this guy was the face of the sport in terms of media, I've been okay with that for a very long time. I don't want to overreact to this, Brandon. I think I don't think I'll ever forget that he said this. I think this is like a legacy defining take. This is when he's inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame as a media guy, I will be the guy in the back of the room that's like, remember what he said that you should throw everyone in prison for storming a court? Fucking insane.
Outside of when an athlete or an announcer says something that just is wildly offensive, like says a racial slur or anything like that, I truly believe what Jay Bilas said on whatever show he was on yesterday is the actual dumbest thing I've ever heard come from a smart person's mouth. Now, what he said was, and I'm going to paraphrase, I'm not going to say it exactly, but he said basically, hey, here's the thing about court storming. You want to stop it? You can stop it, no problem. All you got to do is, clock hits zeros, you let all the students run out on the court, and then here's what you do. You surround them, you detain them, and you arrest them.
But he said it in a way that was so
very matter of fact. Like
he said, he goes, you know what you do is you don't try to stop them from getting on the court. You let them on the court, and you're like, Jake, yes,
come on.
And then you detain them.
And
then you got him right where you want him, and you fucking handcuff him.
Like the guy.
You shoot him in the face.
Like there's a movie scene of these gangsters who are trying to plot revenge on somebody, and he hasn't said a word the whole time. He's in the corner, and he says, I know what we could do.
Yeah.
We bring him in, right? We let him in. And then as soon as we get him on that court,
we kill them all.
We kill them all.
We just fucking kill them. Yeah, this is JJ Barea locking up LeBron in the finals for me. This is like like where no matter what LeBron does, there will be people online that are like, I don't care that he just scored 400 points. He's 48 years old and just scored 400 points in one game. There will be someone that will be like, remember when JJ Barea guarded him in the finals and shut him down? That is what this Jay Bilas thing is for me.
So I have two
I'll never forget it.
Two takes on this. Number one, don't let it slip you don't forget that the main voice for college basketball, because that's what Jay Bilas is for ESPN. He is the number one voice
the
for
sport.
college basketball.
Forget ESPN. He is the guy in the
He's
sport.
the number one voice in college basketball, and what he is advocating for is taking the very soul out of college basketball.
Yeah.
That don't forget that. What makes college basketball different are the student sections, the crazy fans, the home court advantages that do not exist in any other area of basketball on this fucking planet outside maybe a country in Europe where they just get crazy anyway. But you've got the single thing that makes college basketball great, the fans, and rushing the court probably happens once every 2 or 3 years at most schools, and probably less than that for most.
Yeah.
But
yeah, most students, I would say,
you get one.
You get one
every 4 years.
Yeah, probably.
Doesn't happen all that often, and he is advocating for, hey, we got to get this out of the game. You got to take what makes college basketball unique out of the game, and here's what's lost on people, or maybe what shouldn't be lost. The fact that Jay Bilas is saying this the loudest he's ever said it right after it happened to a Duke player.
Yeah.
Right after Filipowski absolutely initiated contact and then had to do his drama queen act where he had 5 guys drag him off the court. The fact that Jay Bilas doesn't see that he is jumping on his highest soapbox ever immediately after it happened to a Duke player, when he's probably had to shake the Duke stuff his whole career.
Wait, what school did he go to?
I believe he went to Duke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so that's just one guy, because Seth Davis is another prominent voice in college basketball, sits on the desk at CBS, and CBS carries the NCAA tournament, so we'll see a lot of Seth Davis here in March. He is also advocating for throwing people in prison. He is. I believe his comments were, we don't see this in the NBA. Yeah. Is it because the NBA fans are more measured and more, are less crazy than college fans? No, of course not. Who would ever argue that? And Seth Davis had that point of view. And Seth Davis, where did he go to school? Because he didn't go to.
I actually have no idea. Did he go to a school in North Carolina at all? Or?
I have it pulled up here.
Oh, where'd he go?
Where did he go to school?
Well, he originally he went to the Bilas School for high school, and then he went to Duke University.
Oh, he went to Duke too.
That's weird.
Damn, it keeps happening.
So,
it's always the Duke guys.
I had only seen the Bilas clip yesterday, and when I saw it, it just blew my mind. That your answer immediately goes to detain them, arrest them, and that'll learn them. Because that was kind of what he was saying.
It is shocking, and I want to back you up on this, because I do think, like, if we spend every show talking about insane things that talking heads said on sports shows, like, that would be all we would talk about.
Yeah, it'd get boring very fast.
It's not that we saw something crazy on sports television. It's that we saw it from Jay Bilas, who, again, my understanding of Jay Bilas is every time an issue arises, this man takes his time, goes over everything, is very thorough, chooses every word carefully, knows the definition of every fucking word, and never misspeaks, never accidentally says irregardless. Like he is a guy that is very, very measured, and for him to come out and say this, it is baffling.
Now, I went and I just looked up, because he was on there for several minutes, and we're concentrating on one part. It didn't stop there. I'm just going to read some quotes from him about this. Years ago, when fans would run out on the field or on the court during a game, it was network policy not to show that because we didn't want to encourage it. I'm just going to stop him there. I never remember that period in time.
Right. Also,
I don't know that I ever remember a time where they didn't show court stormings.
No, he's trying to say when there's a streaker at a football game in the second quarter, we don't show that, because that's the exact same thing.
Okay.
That is the exact same thing.
So what does that say about the way we in media use these images now? We can't deny that we encourage it, or at least tacitly approve of it. When you're using the words tacitly approve to describe students running onto the court in excitement over winning a game, you're taking yourself way too seriously. Everyone has to accept some responsibility for this.
No, responsibility for what?
To my knowledge, nobody's died recently, have they, during court stormings? Kyle Filipowski is alive. Caitlin Clark is alive.
I don't know,
correct?
dude, because Kyle Filipowski did say he's feeling a little sore.
I don't think it's the right thing to allow this, but I know it's going to continue. This is not going to stop. Is this like the riots? Or what?
I hope you're happy, Brandon. This is your fault. Did you take responsibility for this?
I did tacitly approve. I will go ahead and say I do tacitly approve students running onto the court.
I tacitly approve as well.
I not only tacitly approve it, I just full out approve it. I don't really know what tacitly means.
Yeah, we should have a segment called Tacit Approval. And what are some of the things that we all tacitly approve?
I'm just gonna say it. I approve of messing with a free throw shooter behind the glass, like holding up images. I tacitly approve of that.
I don't know, because I think that gets murky, because you're taunting the player. That hurts his feelings, and if he misses and he goes home that night and is sad about the free throw he missed.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how you stop that. You find the guy. You find the guy who held up the sign or whatever and distracted the free throw shooter. You put a bullet in his fucking you put a bullet right between his fucking eyes.
Dude, I'm so sad that these are the voices of my sport. Like this is nothing in sports makes me happier than college basketball. This is my number one love. I fucking love college basketball. Sometimes to a fault. In the last 10 years of my life, I've had to explain to people why I love college basketball, which has been a foreign concept, because when you're raised at the part of the country I'm raised in, this is just like a way of life.
Yeah.
You just fucking love college basketball, right? And for me to look up and be 36 years old, and now I'm in a position where I tell people I like college basketball, and they're like, the NBA players are better, right? Are you stupid?
And they expect you to go,
oh yeah. And it's an uphill battle at times, trying to defend this sport. To have instances like this where the loudest voices and the most respected voices, that's the thing. It's not just the loudest voices. There are a lot of loud fucking voices in all the sports media. But to have the respected voices saying shit like this is embarrassing, to say the least. It sucks so bad.
But
dude.
my question to you
it sucks so bad that this is.
How does Jay Bilas not see that stuff like this is what makes college basketball college basketball?
I have no idea.
Not see
I
that?
don't understand. It drives me crazy.
When they say you don't see it in the NBA, that's the fucking point. That is the fucking
That's the point, dude. Wake Forest is on the bubble, and they just beat Duke at home.
And
they're probably in now.
And some people will say Wake was favored. It doesn't matter. Wake Forest, being in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, tiny little dot of a school. I think it's the smallest school in D1. Them beating Duke is always a gigantic deal for the people in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Wake Forest, as of right now, if the tournament started tomorrow, Wake Forest is in, and I think they're in semi-comfortably. Now, they're probably a 10 or 11 seed, but I think they're definitively in. If they were not in, I would be stunned, and I would think it's very egregious. Wake Forest has made one NCAA tournament since 2010, and it was a play-in game, and they lost immediately.
Yeah.
So this is a program that the whole point of bringing this up is that should be what was talked about, is Wake Forest.
Yeah.
This is a fun story. This
Huge
is a great
moment for Wake
story in
Forest.
college basketball.
Yeah.
And all the Duke dipshits in media are arguing that we should arrest all the fans for being excited that it's been 14 years since they've actually been in the NCAA tournament. They were in the play-in game, but come on. The actual real-life NCAA tournament, it's been 14 years, and now they're trending towards making their first appearance in the real NCAA tournament in 14 years. They're very excited about it. And all we're talking about, because of fucking Jay Bilas and Seth Davis, is Kyle Filipowski's knee is sore. Mm-hmm. His knee is sore.
No, it might be his knee, might be his ankle.
So what did the MRI say? Well, he didn't really need an MRI, but it's fucking insane.
So what part of his body is sore?
Yeah.
He sure is, man. Now, TJ, I always like to play a little devil's advocate here, Mark, because this morning I was handed a piece of video of court storming, and I don't know if it's Europe or where it is. That's actually hard to talk about.
Oh no. Oh shit. Am I tacitly approving this behavior?
You're going to have to decide after you see the clip if you tacitly approve of this.
Oh no.
But this does paint an ugly picture of if you allow court storming, what could happen next, Oh
no.
And I do want to prepare you. I don't want you to watch this not knowing that what you're about to watch is troubling. So TJ, I texted you this clip this morning. If you could just
oh no.
I don't know how to say this. Just play this.
Oh no.
Well, there was a dog on the floor. Alvaro
El Pero.
Oh, no. We have to shoot this dog.
Jay Bilas has.
We have to.
Jay Bilas has already put this dog down.
We have to fucking shoot this dog in the face. Unfortunately.
This dog has to. This dog has to die.
Dog on the floor.
El Pero.
Pero. We could talk about this forever, and we just might.
We really might.
Yeah. The other thing, and I said this yesterday, but I want to say it again. I want to be crystal clear about this. Because this is annoying me too. Seth Davis and Jay Bilas saying so matter-of-factly that fans, because they just say period. They say matter-of-fact. I don't know how they do it, but like they somehow just say something and then they're like period, and then you're like, well, damn. I guess I can't argue that now. But when they say players belong on the court, fans belong in the stands, period. Fans do not belong on the court, period.
Yeah.
Players do not belong in the stands, period. Period. And also, here's another thing, period. And they say it as though it's like a matter-of-fact, definitive, like let's start from that place of argument. And once you accept that as a fact, then you have to clearly see my side. And every time they say it, I'm like, I very much disagree. In fact, I would argue the opposite, that once the game is over, the Duke players do not belong on the court. The game is now over.
They live in
Durham. Get your ass back to Durham.
They're trespassing.
You're trespassing. The students belong on the court. And I seriously believe that. I'm like, you keep saying the students the fans don't belong on the court, and you say it as though like everyone watching is going to be like, damn, he's got a point. You do not have a point. You very much do not have a point. Yeah. I am arguing literally the exact opposite, that when the game is over, there's nobody on planet Earth that belongs on the court more than the students that pay the tuition at that school. And I think that pisses me off too, is the way Jay and Seth are just like, they're so fucking Duke in how they argue, dude. They're so like, my dad is a lawyer. In Jay's instance, he's the lawyer.
He's his own dad.
I'm my own dad. Yeah.
So
Crazy.
I don't want to advertise myself for future employment because I'm happy here and hopefully resign here next year. But I will say, ESPN, CBS, any of these teams that cover, or any of these places that cover college sports, I am willing to be the nuh-uh guy.
Yeah.
Where when Jay Bilas or Seth Davis say, here's the thing, these students should be shot, period.
Yeah.
Just shoot the camera to me, and I'm going to go, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. And that immediately negates the period they just used.
So you're saying you're willing to be the guy that works in mainstream media that likes the sporty covers?
I think
that seems pretty radical.
I think that is pretty rare these days.
That's pretty radical.
I don't know when you first noticed it. I think I first noticed it. I know I first noticed it in COVID when there were college football reporters when like the SEC announced they were going to play, and then Big Ten announced they were going to play, and then even the next year they announced they were going to be full crowds. They were like, oh, "This is just irresponsible. College football is not worth this." Like, dude. Everybody that reads what you're writing loves college football, or they wouldn't read what you're writing.
Yeah.
And you're telling those people they're pieces of shit for liking what you're writing. And college basketball has trended that way as well.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I don't get how you get to the top of the sport and then turn around and look at everybody down there like, look at those idiots.
Yeah.
Those idiots love this shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Which,
credit to Herb Street, he doesn't do it. There are some guys that don't do it. Herb Street doesn't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, he does. He still likes.
I think he still likes college football.
That's why I'll defend Dickie V for forever. Is
That's
Dickie
a good point
V?
Too.
People hate Dickie V. He's slobbing all over the Blue Bloods.
He's a character, yeah.
You know, he's loud, obnoxious, all these things, and towards the later end of Dickie V's career, it's been in vogue to pile on and be like, God damn, Dickie V's calling this game. He's so fucking annoying. I got to mute my TV. Say what you want about Dickie V. He still loves college basketball just as much as he did when he started.
Yeah, he does.
And I
love
him for it.
And I absolutely hate him. I can't, I can't stand watching.
And be that as it may, fuck that guy.
I can't watch him just do Duke. I can't do all that shit. It's weird that Bilas was kind of a breath of fresh air at first because he wasn't as demonstrative. But his Dukeness is laying there under the surface.
But here's the thing. Dickie V loves Duke because Duke is good at whether Duke – I get it. I understand all these things. But Dickie V, he's coming from a place of Duke has one of the best programs. I just love the best program, and also Coach K is nice to me, and I'm just going to fall into this trap of just not seeing what the rest of the world sees, which is like these guys are flopping, and and Coach K.
Duke let him inside the ropes.
Yeah, they let him inside the ropes, and he's like, "Wow, this is awesome. Thanks for the." But his is purely basketball.
Yeah,
I do believe that his is purely basketball, whereas Jay and Seth. They are Duke guys who believe that they are better people than you. They are genuinely better people than you because
smarter than you.
I went to Duke. I graduated from Duke. You went to what state school? You went to a state school? Why don't you go ahead and shut the fuck up and sit over there as I explain to you jurisprudence
how
and
you should feel about this.
Tacit approval. And
it opens up another question for me. In the post-Coach K world, Duke is now just a really good college basketball program. They are no longer the elite of the elite sitting on the throne looking out at the college basketball land. That's not who they are anymore. However, 40 years of Coach K kind of built that up and left in its wake a lot of sports journalists in high places because they were Duke guys, right? So now we're in the post-Coach K world where they're just a top 15 program, yet they have Duke fanboys positioned. How long is that going to last? Will that fade at all, or what?
No.
Okay.
I think the Duke there will be a very heavy Duke representation in basketball media. I think
it far outweighs Duke's actual representation in life because it's a tiny school.
The Duke guys you have to worry about are the one like Seth Davis is the guy you have to worry about. Adam Silver is the guy you have to worry about. The guys who are Duke guys that you don't even realize are Duke guys. See,
I did not know Seth Davis was a Duke guy until you said.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. These are the guys you have to worry about because Seth Davis is going on TV and he's like, as an unbiased observer, I believe that storming the court against Duke is heinous, and you should all. And you're like, damn, well, Seth Davis has no agenda, and he's saying that. He does. Those are the Duke guys you have to worry about.
I thought it was weird when I was watching yesterday, and he was like, I was not an advocate for the death penalty until Saturday. No, all right, what else
Did
we
you
got?
see there were two more court stormings last night in college basketball. Campbell Camels.
Yeah?
Great nickname, by the way.
What, is it a big win for them?
Yeah, big
win.
win.
Did they get over the hump?
Yeah, 7 injured, 3 arrested after Campbell's violent court storm last night.
Is that true?
That's Bloodman.
Yeah, dude.
It's got to be true.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's Campbell.
It does look violent.
Also, Mississippi Valley State got their first win of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They were the worst program in Division.
They were 0-27.
0-27. They're now 1-27. There was a little bit of a court storm there. I am very much looking forward to the Jay Bilas soundbite where he argues that we should arrest all of the Mississippi Valley State.
I'm not touching that one. I think before the show or maybe during, I don't know when it was. Ebo, did you ask which random guest we would like to have on the show?
Yeah, what's the most random person you'd like on the show?
Because I got 2 of them. Do you remember they went viral last year and semi-viral this year, but these 2 student announcers from Mississippi Valley State that were just like,
oh, yeah.
I would fucking.
That's right.
I'd love to have them on the couch.
I know. I remember what you're talking about.
I don't even remember to describe how, but it was like there were just 2 dudes talking.
Be careful.
No, there were just 2 dudes talking.
I know, but they were also putting a little sauce on it.
They're putting a little sauce on it, yeah. But I would like for those 2 dudes to sit on the couch.
They were awesome.
And I don't remember their names.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to those 2 dudes whose names we don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Really put them on big there.
It does kind of feel like, though, when you watch that and you see Campbell, there was also in Philadelphia high school.
Why are you dressed like that?
What do you? It's 70.
You're dressed like a 47-year-old dad who's going to do
70 degrees.
Who's excited to do yard work.
Also, so I am
like you're about to go to Lowe's.
I am at a little bit of a crossroads in my life right now, where I'm 24, and
okay, time out. TJ, time out. Am I about to sit here and Mark? I think I speak for Mark. Are we about to sit here and let a 24-year-old person say that they're at a crossroads in their life? Are you prepared to do this?
I'm at a little bit of a crossroads of my life at 24 years old.
TJ, am I?
I think for me, I just let Connor say whatever.
Are we just anxious to see where it goes?
Yeah.
So I'm in a timeout right now.
Yeah.
Or
I think you probably want to like look at a couple options to play off of his first reply here.
Okay. So let's just see how.
Yeah, give him the ball.
All right, play ball. All right. So what do you mean?
Specifically when it comes to fashion, because my entire life, like growing up in middle school, high school, college, it was the cool thing to wear these white Nike socks, high socks. But now, I think these are maybe fading away and people are going more low cut, and I don't know when to wear what socks with what outfits.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought low cuts were going away.
I have no idea.
Hold on.
Ankle socks are an ick.
Hold on. Is my hair? Do I got like a? What's going on there?
Oh, you got one stray.
Yeah.
I got none of-
To me, it's not the high cut socks. It's the high cut shorts.
But again, I used to always wear baggy shorts, but now I feel like the high cut shorts are in now, and I get made fun of if I wear shorts that go to like my knees.
Just a preposterous amount of leg from you today.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 70 degrees. I thought maybe we would have mostly sports outside.
Do you have
today.
socks on?
Did you think we were going to have class outdoors?
No, that was a joke. But you can never rule out the possibility.
Do y'all want to have class outside one day?
We should.
We should, yeah.
It's gorgeous outside, dude.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow tonight.
What?
I think it's supposed to snow tonight.
It's 60 degrees right now. It's going to go up to 70 at 3.
Yeah.
Well, we should wait until 9:38 to do this.
What?
On the 8s.
Yeah, we do weather on the 8th.
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah.
Well,
My bad.
it's 9:29. We just missed the 8.
Yeah, no, you guys did weather there for a minute, but now we got to wait
So we
Yeah.
got
another update.
So we're going to put a pin in this and come back to it in 9 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
What kind of inseam were you talking about there, Connor?
I have no idea what inch.
Like an inch and a half?
People say like 5-inch is the way to go. I don't know if that's true at all.
You got to have a very specific body type to wear 5-inch inseams. Titus has it.
Yeah.
Oh, I do?
Well, no,
I think
you
Ebo's
probably
the
have
5-inch
sketchy
guy
long
in here.
legs.
He is.
Ebo's the
leaning-
5-inch.
This doesn't
I'll be
fit
honest.
me.
I'm leaning towards no shorts in the workplace ever again.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, I can't.
as a shorter guy.
Come on
I
in,
feel
Fights.
like wearing shorts or.
Oh, you'd be a great
Okay.
person to get his insight on this.
Yeah, well, Ebo, stop talking and get up. Yesterday, Fights was here. Y'all know Fights. And I said, hey, you want to come to Mostly Sports tomorrow? And he said, what time does it start? I said, 9 o'clock. He said, I'll be there at 9:30.
That's not what happened.
I said, we'll probably talk some bullshit for 30 minutes and you can come in at 9:30. And
I'm very thankful to be here.
also, kudos to you on the punctuality. There.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you said 9:30. I'm here at 9:30, man.
9:30 on the
Very
dot.
professional.
5-inch inseam shorts, go.
Well, here's the deal.
Oh, boy.
I'm aging a bit, and what I have recently grown is what we call a varicose vein, right here.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I thought that was just for women.
I don't know. You see the sweater? It's I like them. I don't know if I can put it on the public that I can wear them now. You got to have the right legs for it.
So do you agree that these are not the right legs for those shorts?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know if those are 5 or
Those aren't 5.
No,
those
they're
are
not.
7.
I couldn't go 5.
But they almost look like 5.
And I'm also sitting down, so they're rolled up a little bit more. But I'm going through a little bit of a transformation in my wardrobe, I think, because people keep telling me that I got to wear shorter shorts, and I just don't feel it.
You're at a crossroads in your life.
In my life, yeah. And then my socks, I don't know if I should wear high socks
Fights,
or low
what he
socks.
just said was, I'm 24 years old and I'm at a crossroads in my life.
That's about right, though, right? Don't you hit one at 24?
I never had a crossroad. And my crossroads weren't until like 31. I think 31's a good crossroads time.
I think I hit one at 27.
No, 27's the prime. You'll never be better than 27.
27's the prime.
I think 27.
But that's part of the problem, dude. When you're 27, everyone's like, dude, these are the best years of your life. And then you look around, and you're like, this is the best years of my
All right.
life. Like, this kind of fucking sucks,
Let's
dude.
figure this out.
So
then.
if your whole life isn't put together at 27, you feel like a piece of shit.
The 27 club is a very
Yeah.
known thing.
When's the peak? When's the peak?
The peak of life?
Yeah, for a human male like us, strapping dudes that can do 42 reps on the bench. Like,
Are you talking about physically or like
I'm
all?
saying, when's the peak? When does it all come together?
I think it's in your 30s.
You think it's in your 30s?
I do, because you got to make some money, dude. When you're in your 20s, you got no money.
Yeah, but I think you've already physically you're starting to go downhill. Even if you keep yourself in decent shape,
I would way rather be just a fucking piece of shit physically and have money than the other way around.
I would personally agree with Titus that it's in the 30s, but I think for most people it's probably like 26. Like you kind of got a couple of bucks because you've been working for a few years. You're not really quite settled down yet and doing the family thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of still your own person. I think that's right around that.
All right,
but I would say in the mid. Like,
now I'm about to blow y'all's mind. I'm about to flip the script on you. Okay, the hottest woman in the world walks into that door right now.
I'd fuck
Gorgeous.
her. Yeah. I'd fuck her.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. Gorgeous. Perfect body, perfect face, perfect everything.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I'm gonna say Anne Hathaway.
That's not the
Whatever age Anne Hathaway is, brother.
How old is she?
The
The perfect, beautiful woman.
She's 41.
She's not 40. Oh, wait, hold on.
Anne Hathaway's 41.
No, because the answer can't be 41, right?
No.
probably 33 to 35. That's what I would say. You're
We're not
asking
going
me,
like 26.
You're asking me for my opinion. That's what I would say.
We're not going like 26.
No,
I'm going my age. I think that like I recently was at a bar and young women were talking to me and I was like, you guys are kids.
Kids, dude.
Like,
that's what I said about Olivia Rodrigo, Connor. When you she's closer to your age, so I don't think it's
actually,
weird that you find her attractive. But like when you show,
She had a big party.
Yeah. I think if you're in your mid-20s, you look like a child. I think at one point.
I guess. I don't know.
what are you saying, Brandon? 20?
I'm trying to work through it. Maybe like, I don't know.
I also think you hit
28, maybe.
20. I can see
it's
28.
fair.
I can give you
Like
28.
starting to come out of the 20s, but not, everything's still where it's supposed to be.
Like who are like as far as like pop culture goes, like who are the hot women right now? Margot Robbie, what's she, mid-30s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Alba's old. I don't know pop culture anymore. I don't know
I don't
who,
either. I stopped
who like the
consuming pop culture in 2000.
Well, Connor Griffin's the man to ask. He's the one with the top 5.
Who's the hottest woman in
He's
the world
got a-
right now?
Hottest
He's
woman
got a
in the
very
world right
fluid
now?
top 5. It changes.
Who's the most famous
Often.
hot woman right now? Famous for being hot.
Outside of like Taylor Swift. Well, even though she's not really necessarily known for being hot. Dua Lipa, maybe.
she's probably 28, right?
Yeah, she's around there. I'll look that up.
Emily Ratajkowski, she's probably early 30s.
Oh, she's so.
I always fall back on Ratajkowski. I don't even know who the other actresses are.
I mean, Sydney Sweeney is probably the ideal.
She's younger, yeah.
She's probably the most famous hot woman right now. Right?
Yes, agreed.
How old is Sydney Sweeney?
26.
20.
You nailed it. There he is.
In my mind, I knew how old those titties were.
However, I'll say for me and Titus's argument, Sydney Sweeney, despite being a gorgeous woman, I don't see I see her. I'm like, that's a very pretty woman. I wouldn't have the hype for her that she seems.
I agree with that.
Y'all are just being too cool for school now. That's what you're doing.
Dude, we're saying if you line up all the starlets of Hollywood, I'm not running straight to Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
That's what we're saying. We're saying.
So you're gonna try to get her in the third round or later?
I'm saying compared to the rest of
She's going
what's
early.
going on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But
right.
I'm a little more tasteful.
Margot Robbie is also very, very.
I give
and don't forget Anne Hathaway.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus is 1-1.
Oh, good call.
No, that's not a good call. she's in her 50s.
I know. You can have a conversation with her.
So you can't have a conversation.
I'd love to have it. I'd have such a.
She's also like a billion.
I'd
fuck out of her
conversate the
with that.
fuck out of her, dude.
Converse her fucking brains out.
Holy shit, dude.
I've had the fantasy, and I'm gonna go back to her Anne Hathaway. I've had a fantasy about Anne Hathaway for about a year now, where it's just like we meet out at a bar, we kind of do some role play, we pretend we don't know each other, but we're actually madly in love, and then we go home. Make very passionate love. Wake up in the morning, sit in a breakfast nook, have a nice glass of coffee, read the paper, and I think Anne Hathaway's the woman for that. And I think I'm at the age where I appreciate something like that.
When you're reading the paper in this fantasy, is it? Are you reading like the home and garden section, or are you getting mad at the current events of the day and she's empathizing with you?
Anne is reading the Financial Times. I am reading cartoons.
Do you have a certain movie where you think of Anne Hathaway? Or is it just in general, like she's just gorgeous? Or is there one specific image you have of her?
It is a very recent thing that I don't know where it exactly came from.
Okay.
I would guess, I don't know, because Love and Other Drugs is so old,
Yeah.
but that's one I think of.
I'd like to go back to the newspaper you were reading.
Okay.
You go to the comic section first, huh?
Well, I've never read a newspaper, but I like to imagine that's about where my reading level ends
Okay.
if I
All
were
right.
to pick one
All right.
up.
Imagine this, and this is just me spitballing. Imagine we were writing a comic strip, okay? And it's like, it's Pig. It's Pig. His name's Carl. He wears a shirt and a tie, and he goes to work in corporate America every day. And every day he finds out that the real pigs are the people in corporate America that just are drones and living a sloppy life.
He's living in a human world. He's
Yeah.
living amongst the humans.
Yes, yeah.
So all the
He's
other
the
people
pig.
in the corporate office, it's just one pig and then regular humans.
Yeah.
It's regular humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that exist? Are you,
Yeah,
you
it-
messing
It's
with me?
called it's called Bringing Home the Bacon with Carl Ham.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hot in the streets. So
I don't know if you're inventing this or this actually exists, but I think this is a great idea.
here's the thing: we invented it on this show a
Yeah.
few weeks ago. It's
Yeah.
still in its infancy, and we think it has legs.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I really thought it was maybe a famous comic, and you were kind of just like joking, pitching it to me.
I am pitching.
And-
I can get down with Carl
The
Ham.
Carl Ham punchline every so often is "I need a cup of mud." That's the that's like
He
his,
loves
yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Carl, how's the first day going?
You already got the cartoons
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're well down the road on this.
Yeah.
I need a cup of mud.
Yeah, that's his catchphrase. Is once every like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
the comic strip ends with Carl just like
Oh, God.
pinching his eyes together. He's like, "God damn it, I need a cup of mud."
And I guess we could talk about it now. There's no better place to talk about it. I did beat Titus in 3 of the 5 combine events.
Yeah, congratulations. Man.
I
That's,
did. I beat him in 3 of the 5 combine events, and
Yeah.
and I beat him, and I lifted more weight than he did. I ran a faster. time than he did.
I'm very happy for you. I just have the one question that I've been getting a lot of, which is, why is Brandon phrasing it that way? Why don't you just simply say you beat me at the combine?
Because I know the scoring was weird. The scoring at the combine was weird. They had all these things up and down.
Like if you beat, because I think there are a lot of people that are like, I'm happy for Brandon.
because I won 3 out of the 5 events against him.
He's old. He's fat. The fact that he beat you is awesome. Just one little
Yeah.
piece of confusion. If he did in fact beat you, why doesn't he just say he beat you? And I don't have an answer for him. So could you shed some light on that?
I just viewed it like every single discipline was a different individual talent that we had, and
Okay.
they gave us 5. And you
Yeah,
beat,
well,
you
that's
beat me
cool
in 2
that-
of them. You beat me in 40% of them.
That is cool that you viewed it that way. That's actually not how anyone else viewed it. So you were kind
I
of
think
just
everybody else
playing-
viewed it like that, because if
by
somebody
your own
watched that
rules.
and they were like, "Which one's stronger?" Well, we go to the bench. Which one's faster? We go to the 35. Which one has a better throwing arm? And then we go to the football. And I beat you in all 3 of those.
Which one won the combine though?
I don't remember the combine full.
Oh, did you win? You
No,
came
of
in a
course.
higher place?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's smooth.
Yeah.
Now-
you didn't beat Titus in jumping because Titus is a shockingly small vert.
The vertical was fucking.
That was crazy.
And I just realized as I'm looking at him, I'm bragging about being stronger than you, and our 2 bench press reps combined are 7 short of his.
Combined, yeah.
Here.
And
You did 42?
I did 42.
was that surprising to you, or no?
I wouldn't say it was. I had no idea what I was going to be able to do.
No. Stop covering up the fact that you're a fucking beast.
No, I was going to say I thought I was going to go somewhere in the range of 20 to 40. I don't know. I've never like benched that to that
Yeah.
level, so I didn't know what I was going to do, but I guessed somewhere in that 20 bench window. So it was a little above it, yes.
Raise your hands if you're sore.
My legs are sore.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
very.
My legs are really sore. My back, I don't know what I did with
My
back.
neck, my back.
Mm-hmm.
You looked great out there.
Thank you.
Your arms are a little skinnier than I expected, though. Your forearms. At one point when
Yeah.
you ran by in the 40, it looked like someone had stuck toothpicks in a potato, and they were just going like that.
Yeah, I'd like to point out you started off that sentence by saying you look good out there.
You did look good. I was kind of thinking about your hair.
Jerry, if I remember correct, Jerry finished third in
Mhm.
our 35-yard dash.
Yeah, and he
Um,
waddled past me.
And Jerry's first 7 steps covered 0 ground. So I'm not saying that Spider and Megan
Yeah.
had a flawed timing system,
But
also
PFT is a better leaper than Vince Carter.
yes, correct, correct.
He was smart because we were told before our group went, we were told no cheating is allowed this time. And
Very important rule to put in.
and we all were like, okay, no cheating. And then Jerry, I'm not gonna say it was cheating because we all knew what we were doing, but Jerry was the first one to game the system again, where he kind of
He was the last one to go.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And then
by
he
the
did
time,
let me do a little stretch, boom, I'm off. But I thought he looked fast. You guys are saying he looked slow. I thought he looked quick.
I didn't think he was the third fastest.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Because I know it goes without saying, but we did all these things, and we're just all idiots doing this. And then Compton runs, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Everything he did, it
Right.
was just like, yeah, all right. I mean, the 3-cone in particular, where he was every time he was like, it almost looked like a slalom skier. How are you even getting like
it's
that?
super worth Compton's time to be doing this with us. That's what I thought the whole time.
I thought Jake was kidding when I ran the 40 or 35, whatever, 31 and a half yard, whatever we did. And I run and I go, what was my time? And Jake goes, well, which one are you picking, Megan or Spider? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you have to pick one. And then I literally thought he was joking.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that system? That we have two people time it.
Yeah.
You pick one.
Well, I think it was, and I'll tell you why. I think it was exactly the right system because before I ran, Spider came up to me and said, hey, pick me because I'm going to take care of you.
Did he?
So I knew that he was keeping it the right way.
I think I picked Spider, and then Megan was like, ooh, you should have picked me. I had a half second faster. I was like, a half second? 0.5?
I think at times they were like a full second off. It was crazy.
Anyway, who ended up winning? I didn't watch last night.
PFT.
Yeah.
PFT won the whole thing. Huh?
Dramatically.
Wow.
Yeah, I think there was,
maybe controversial.
I think there was some controversy at the end.
No.
I was driving home, so I.
After all of that, after a flawless
the last
execution
event.
of the combine, we ran into a little bit of controversy.
The last part of the Wonderlic was elimination style, name Barstool brands until you run out of Barstool brands to name, which went on for way longer than I think anyone thought it would.
I could have done an hour on just mine.
Marty said a show that he put out 4 episodes of, and it somehow wasn't on the list, so he lost.
Yeah, that seems.
I also think you'll never believe it, but I believe Billy had some words to say about how that all went down. I didn't even understand how
Billy football? Or,
yeah.
that's what you're talking about?
Yeah. There was I saw him afterwards and he's like, I won. And I was like, how did you win? Like I thought PFT won. He's like, no, I won. And then we started the new round and PFT won that one. I was like, well, it just sounds like it wasn't over then.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's winning.
How was Billy's shoulder?
Did you? Okay, I didn't realize that. So when they were doing the measurement, he said, "Oh, my shoulder, I can't do it." And then seconds later, he jumps and just takes the most violent swipe
Swing,
you've ever
yeah.
seen with the same shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually think Francis deserves a little to blame there because Francis was being too forgiving, where he was like, he's yelling in pain. It's like, he's faking the pain, Francis. Pull his arm up.
What happened to the guy that did it at first? There was that big swole guy that did the first round. And
Clay.
And he left. What did we not? We didn't.
I think we
didn't
probably
pay for the
spent
whole
too
day?
much money on all our flights, and we could only afford Clay for 2 hours.
I think Clay got one look at the crop of athletes at
Okay.
this company and was like,
Yeah.
I have better things to do with my time.
He found out they were miking up Billy. And he said no. What else we got? Let me do an ad.
Please.
Cars.com is a leading digital marketplace, connects car shoppers with their perfect car, celebrating 25 years of helping shoppers research, find inventory, finance, and sell cars. Wherever life takes you next or whoever you're looking to be, there's a car for that on Cars.com. Up to 50,000 cars are added daily to Cars.com. Shop over 2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. Find your next possibility on Cars.com. Where to next?
Oh, we got an update on the Blutman ticker.
Yeah.
Liam
Blutman
Blutman will be
late.
late to work today, forgot keys and backpack inside apartment, and locked himself out of his room. That's
That's our Blutman ticker.
It's a great ticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He he has free reign to
The
put whatever he wants.
BSPN ticker.
Dude, he erroneously reported that I was not going to throw in the combine, though.
Did he?
Yeah, yesterday on the ticker said I was not throwing in the combine. And,
Oh, wow.
I did, in fact, throw.
Well, I think he meant the NFL combine,
Yeah.
but you are not.
Oh, it was the NFL combine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was reporting on the Barstool combine.
Yeah, because he said Caleb Williams
Mm-hmm.
and Mark Titus will not throw at the combine. So maybe he was talking about the NFL combine.
And ESPN was torn up about it yesterday. 50-50 talking about you and Caleb Williams.
So the guys who do the real combine, this is obvious, but it's you only do the things you're good at. You opt out all the things you're bad at. Or is there like value in like, because there are guys that do run the 40 very slow. So I'm wondering why don't they opt out?
So
the song and dance of like opting in and opting out of certain things.
there's also become this trend that if they're good enough, they just do it at their pro day, which I kind of get. You want to have home people around you, but at the same time, if you can run a 4.240, what on earth difference does it make if you do it in Indianapolis or at your house?
I don't know. Maybe they rig it somehow at the pro day. How would you rig it?
But it's all scouts with their own things, right? They all bring their own timers, correct?
To pro day, I think.
To pro day, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're all using their own eyes and their own equipment. I don't think you're like laser time. You might be laser time, but I think they're still trusting theirs.
Also, can't like at this point, everyone's running this on video, so we could, if someone hand times it, and you ran a great time, or even a bad time, like those people are still going to go back and rewatch the video, right, and time it again, and like get an actual. That would be wild if you drafted a guy.
No, I don't think they have access to the video after the fact.
That would be wild if
way.
you drafted a guy because your scout who's on the hand timer.
Yeah.
You have Spider doing the hand timing for you.
He has Parkinson's or something.
And he comes back and he's like, dude, this guy just ran a fucking 4-1. We got to draft him first round.
Why does in talking to Will yesterday, like while you guys were all in my heat. While I was watching the other heats, I was like just kind of talking to Will a little bit about the combine and things like that.
Yeah.
When you like realize how much work that they put in to just get good at that specific thing, why does so much weight end up going on it?
Seems like such a waste of time. Where you're a football player, instead of practicing football, you're practicing a 3-cone drill or like.
DK Metcalf did that. His last year, his junior year at Ole Miss, he got hurt in like the 4th game, and I think he probably could have come back. He just started focusing entirely on the combine workouts and entirely on making sure his 40 was good, making sure everything was good. And I mean, he's a freak anyway. So,
yeah.
So, but he showed up at that combine and like put on the biggest show of all time. I think you can game the system there. If you like get hurt in like October, don't come back. Just go to Florida and get that 40 time down.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a regular high school to college kid where it's like if you have bad grades and you focus on the SATs,
yeah,
you can still get into a good school. But it doesn't mean you're not smart just because like Will was explaining to me just all the little intricacies they have of how you can get a half a second here or how you can get a few more reps on the bench here or a few more inches on the vert here. And I was like, well, if it's all fugazi a little bit, then why does so much and I know this is a question that's been asked a million times, but like why does so much stock end up going into the draft?
Weird. I don't know. The NBA does the combine, and I think most people just disregard the results.
Yeah, that's true.
The NBA is just like the NBA combine that they measure this, they maybe jump once, but then they just roll out the balls and play, right?
A little bit, yeah. They do a few physical things, and then there's always weird results, and I like the guy's agent. Yeah. Whoever has like the awesome vert or whatever else tries to pretend like it matters. But with basketball, I mean, I think I said this yesterday. At a time where Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic are two of the best players in basketball, it's hard to be like, oh, dude, if you're not in great shape, you're going to fucking suck at basketball. It's hard to – whereas football is a little more physical. It is. Like it translates a little bit. If you're fast as fuck, there's – value on the football field for
running them out there in their underwear though, like are some of these things necessary? Like if you see a guy in a football uniform, do you think I need to see him almost naked?
I need to see is he cut or uncut?
Right.
Let's find out.
We got to find out what's under there.
Have you ever watched the hockey combine, or not watched but seen pictures of it?
No.
That is a spectacle.
Really?
Well, it's just a bunch of 18-year-old white kids from Canada who weigh 140 pounds.
All look the same.
It's crazy. I mean, like, they'll do it. I don't know exactly what they do. I know they definitely do a bike with, like, the oxygen thing to measure their breath, and I know they definitely do pull-ups. I don't know what to do aside from that. And there have been drafts where, like, the number one prospect can't do a pull-up.
Yeah.
A single pull-up.
Yeah, Kevin Durant couldn't bench 185. And he's Kevin fucking Durant.
And who gives a fuck?
Yeah, well, how does that? He did
Brandon,
0 reps.
are you enjoying becoming a hockey fan?
I really am.
Is that honest or is it?
No, that's real.
Yeah?
That's real. I watch it more now. Of course, I watch mostly Blackhawks games.
Yeah.
But I watched the the Bruins and the Oilers go to overtime.
Yeah,
last
that
week.
was a great game.
I think the Bruins were up 5-3, and they were up 2 in the third.
Yep.
And the Oilers came back, and the Bruins ended up winning it.
Mm-hmm.
I just really, really enjoy it, and it was going to it in person. That, for 40 years of my life, I watched hockey on TV, and it was hard to follow. I didn't really know what was going on. The puck, it looks like it's so things happen just by chance. But when you go in person and you see that these passes that get weaved very closely, they're doing everything on purpose.
Yes.
They're doing everything on purpose. like when you think something just happens randomly, the guy did it. I don't know how to.
I like that you worked under the assumption that every NHL game.
These guys are just throwing the puck around.
No, I really did think that.
It's a pregame interview. They're like, Sidney Crosby, what are you thinking tonight? He's like, I don't know. Like, we're gonna go out there.
It's hard
and
to explain it.
The
We're
chips
gonna
are
just
gonna
slap
fall how they
around.
fall.
Yeah,
It's hard.
I hope luck is on our side tonight because I have no idea what I'm doing out there. I'm just slapping it around.
It's hard to explain what I mean, but
I understand.
when you realize. When you start to get the strategy and you start to get why this guy is doing that and why that guy's doing that. Because whenever they would, they'd be skating up and then they'd just dump it down in the zone, I'm like, what the fuck's he doing that for?
And what is the zone again? So everyone.
Inside the blue line of the offensive, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question?
What's the zone?
The zone. Yeah, blue line.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the more you get it, and then you'll just, it's easier to watch because then you just know where you can kind of guess where the puck's going rather than following the actual puck.
Also, when a guy scores, and this is like soccer too, but when a guy scores in basketball, nothing. When a guy scores in football, it's kind of exciting. But when a guy scores in hockey and the entire arena just gets to dance to a song, that's a hell of a release right there. So I don't know. I like it.
You also got the whole show involved. Like, Connor pucked your sister last week.
That's right.
We can't keep bringing this up every single show.
It's been a week now that you pucked my sister, right?
Yeah.
Fights. I got.
No, you weren't here for the first day when we were talking about
this picture.
Fights,
I
let me
knew
ask you
about
a
the
question.
storyline. I didn't know we were talking like that around.
Oh no,
here.
you totally missed everything.
Fights. Let me ask you a question. If you're in Boston and my sister had to come up there and do a thing, and she had 2 tickets to a hockey game that night, would you go to the hockey game with her?
Would I go to the hockey game with your sister?
Yeah.
To a Bruins game?
Yeah.
Probably not.
You would.
Well,
okay, so you wouldn't puck my sister. He went to a hockey game. He pucked my sister.
because there was another person involved. It was not just a one-on-one thing.
He pucked my sister.
Ebo, don't make that face.
It was a 3-way pucking.
He pucked my sister and Paige on the same night.
Okay. All right. I thought there's a lot of other things going on. I'm a little more up to speed right now.
Going to a hockey game is pucking with somebody. Is pucking.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yes.
Stop, T.
Okay. I just say I got 2 tickets to the Blackhawks game. Would you like to go tonight if you were here?
Would I? If I was here, I would love to go.
So you'd puck me.
Yeah, Brandon, I would puck you.
Okay, good.
How does hockey dodge the soccer criticism of not enough scoring? Because you did point out that
hitting.
Yeah.
it's
Hitting
the
and fighting. Yeah, I think.
How come when Americans talk about soccer, they're like, I'm gonna fucking watch I'm gonna watch 2 hours of a game just to get fucking 1-0?
Well,
no, I'm not doing that shit. But then hockey I don't think hockey should. I don't think soccer should. But I'm curious what the difference.
Let me ask
is
you this.
between.
It did get that for a while.
There's not
Hockey's
enough
it's
a little high scoring.
It's
now.
higher scoring.
It's high. They've tweaked it a little bit.
I think I would guess the average
Over under is
goals
like
per
5.5
game is
or
like
6.
6. Yeah.
Well, they'll also take 30, 35 shots on net per team, whereas in soccer you might get 6 attempts.
Well, I just heard Brandon say when a goal is scored, it's pandemonium,
Yeah.
and I was thinking
You get more goals.
you would love soccer then, but Brandon Walker would not love soccer.
Well, let me
Brandon
throw
Walker
let me
very
throw this
much
at
would-
you. In soccer, say you're
Big
in the
soccer.
70th minute, right? And you're watching 2 European teams, and all of a sudden there's 2 guys don't like what the others just did, and they just beat the fucking shit out of each other. And that happens a couple times a game. Are you more excited?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
All right.
Although hockey fights, there's a little bit of they're on ice.
They're scripted.
They're on ice. They're on
scripted,
skates,
yeah.
right? So they have to grab each other's sweater, and there's a little bit of momentum back and forth and everything. But when you do get one where a true punch lands,
Yeah, I'd say I'm getting 25% where it's like some actual.
they're actually
some
hitting
actual,
each other.
like some blows are exchanged.
A pilot drew a penis in the sky and wrote "See ya" during a 6-hour flight. That's what he did. We have prep sheets here. So a pilot flew a plane
Wait, is this in
in
Ohio?
the shape of a penis.
This is in Ohio.
Most penises are in Ohio, I believe. Is that in Ohio?
Yeah, dude, this is in Ohio. I see Bucyrus and Mansfield and
I think
Upper Sandusky.
you could have just said Columbus.
Where's Columbus?
Oh no, that's Columbus Grove. Are you sure that Columbus Grove's in Indiana, isn't it?
Where's Columbus on this map, Brandon?
It's at the corner right there of the green.
Where it says Columbus Grove?
That's what I
Which is
said.
Not Columbus.
I already said it says Columbus Grove.
But why would Columbus Grove tip me off?
Because I thought it was
Ohio?
Columbus at first,
Okay,
then I
but
corrected
it's
myself
not.
that it was
You're
Columbus
very
Grove.
wrong.
North Baltimore.
Salida?
Are you sure this is in Ohio? I don't
This is
see
very much in Ohio. These are all Ohio towns.
Upper Sandusky. That's Ohio for sure.
That's where John Diebler's from.
Upper Sandusky. That's what happened at. You know what? Never mind.
Upper Sandusky. I barely know her.
So what does the C? I mean, did he kill himself?
No.
Who put this on the prep sheet?
Yeah. Why?
Get on the mic, Ebo.
I don't believe he killed himself.
So why did he do a penis and see ya?
I mean, why would you not draw a penis if you had the opportunity?
I'd do a penis. I wouldn't write see ya.
He did the penis. I just saw a tweet there. It said it was because he was frustrated.
That's a different penis. That's my bad.
Oh, okay. Damn. Well, I do like the idea of drawing penises when you're frustrated. like it's a mark of the beast. You see, like, oh man, Brandon's in a bad mood today. He drew dicks all over the studio.
I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea of drawing a penis in the air. How long is that? Like 30 miles, 40 miles?
I'd guess even more than that, right?
I mean, he really had to be patient.
That's a pretty good penis too.
That's a pretty good
penis. Good attention to detail with the balls.
And you definitely had to map out.
That's a tight
ahead of
turn
time.
on the balls, right?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like the balls are. It's a well done penis.
I mean, he had to really pull off a maneuver there to do the balls. He
The
did.
C is even more impressive inside of it.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. He kept the whole thing.
Yeah, he wrote it in
inside the penis.
cursive. Well, I guess you'd have to write it in cursive. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to write it in print. would you?
I would have gone Times New Roman, but this was good.
He wrote it in cursive.
All
right, that's a good story.
Woman accused of stealing 100 flowers from grave sites at Metro Atlanta Cemetery, police say. When officers arrived, they found a woman by her van near the cemetery. According to the investigation, officers found 100 artificial flowers inside. Authorities said officers determined the flowers were from the grave sites and took the suspect into custody. Question. I'm not sure how that got on the prep sheet.
I'm curious why it was a headline, because this seems like a victimless crime, correct? They're not real flowers.
And they're not real people.
They're dead people.
They're dead
Yeah.
people.
Is grave robbing still prominent in
Prominent,
society?
probably not, but existent, yes, I would say.
Because,
Underutilized, I would say.
yeah, there
Underutilized.
was.
Yeah.
You think there's a market there that we're ignoring?
I know we're still burying people in jewels. Why shouldn't we? do
Yeah.
that?
Grave robbing was like when you were a kid. I'm sure, like back then, it was really a thing, right? Like there was.
Well, I come from a poor state, so there wasn't a lot of. We weren't burying a lot of precious metals or stuff like that. Now, I question if I want to get into grave robbing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I do scouting reports? Do I look at the obituaries and say, Miss Rabinowitz died. She's very rich. As soon as she gets in the ground, I'm gonna wait a couple weeks and I'm gonna go get that shit. Or do they just go to a cemetery and be like, it's like a grab bag?
It's
like,
you're a volume shooter, and
you're a volume shooter. You just dig them all up and you see what you can get. Which do you do?
I would hang out around funeral homes.
Yeah,
And
you go.
You can get an idea by the people at the wake.
Okay.
At the funeral, you can be like, I bet this person got some money. Look at what everyone's driving here in this procession.
Yeah, and you go to the open casket, and you could actually see what jewelry.
Yeah, so that's some in-person
Yeah.
scouting
Think
right
about
there.
that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I crashed a wake one time.
Did you?
On accident? Yeah.
How's that work?
Me and one of my teammates, one of the guys in the Ohio State athletic department passed away tragically. He was a great dude. And his wake was on Friday at 4 p.m. at this funeral home. We were given bad information, and we were led to believe it was on Thursday at 4 p.m. And we showed up in suit and tie and to pay our respects. We knew nobody else in the we knew nobody in the family, none of the friends, none of the family. It was just like we thought the two of us would represent the basketball program at this thing and just kind of go and just be seen, and so the family feels better that his work cared about him. Yeah, and we walk in, and we didn't recognize anybody, but that was to be expected.
Yeah.
We walked in, we're like, yeah, I guess we don't know anybody here, and we're just kind of looking around. We wait for the procession to start. The family's up there greeting everybody, and we wait in line for an hour and a half, and we get up there, we shake hands, and we look in the open casket, and we both look at each other like, who the fuck is that guy? And we took off running. We thought we committed a crime of some sort. And we just looked at each other. We gotta get the fuck out of here. We run back. We get in the car in the parking lot and are cackling, laughing. And and then the next day was the actual wake, and we didn't go because we were like, if we go to that wake, because
we already went to one.
It was going to be very sad. He was in his mid-40s, I think, had a heart attack. And we thought if we go tomorrow, we're gonna laugh our ass off, and no one's gonna know why we're laughing so.
Please
hard.
tell me that your teammate that crashed the wake with you was Greg Oden.
That would have been awesome.
Greg Oden just crashing a random funeral.
It was not Greg. It was not Greg.
What's Greg Oden doing here? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Guy rides bull through street. Pull that up, please, if you've got it.
I sent it in the group chat.
Oh, yeah, actually, while you're pulling that up, we have something else to talk to the boys about. Last night at about, let me get the time right. You sent to the group chat, Connor Griffin was on this first.
Yep.
You sent to the group chat this. You sent, maybe it wasn't you. I got to pull it up.
It was TJ sent it.
TJ sent
and told me to find more information.
Okay, so it was a tweet from John Cena last night, John Cena's account, and it was siren emoji, new OnlyFans video drop, siren emoji, more fisting than you may be ready for. Are you brave enough? And John Cena tweeted that out. At which point we said, Connor and Ebo, do some research into this John Cena fisting story.
Because we needed 2 eyes on the story.
We needed multiple eyes on the story.
Well, we needed 4 eyes.
You're right.
Because at first, Connor, you were a little flippant about it. You dismissed it and said, "Oh, I already looked up the fisting last week." So
yeah, I know all about this fisting.
No.
But when you were looking at fisting last week, you looked up the John Cena stuff.
You were like, not a good fisting. It's all right. We don't need to talk about this.
So
I
explain your position on the fisting.
I did not look into the fisting specifically, but I looked into, because he announced it last week that he was starting an OnlyFans, and it's a promoting stunt for his next movie, which I think is called Ricky Stenicki.
Okay.
So the OnlyFans is not John Cena's account; it's Ricky Stenicki's account.
So who did he?
But
fist?
who's being played by John Cena?
Correct, but it is a movie where I guess Ricky Stenicki, the main character, played by John Cena, has an OnlyFans or some type of.
But if John Cena is playing a character who's fisting people, I want to see that.
All right.
But I can't just log on to OnlyFans and look at a fist.
Okay, why are you in the research department of Mostly Sports? If sometimes you need to go see a pussy getting fisted on OnlyFans,
I'll look up the fisting. I'll look it up right now.
Ebo, now you were sent in after he failed to clean up his mess. How'd you do?
I gotta be honest. I think I failed too. I have not looked at the fisting yet.
It's a marketing stunt.
I don't know if I've actually ever seen.
Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, but if the marketing stunt is
Did anyone fist?
I don't know if I've ever seen.
Come on.
All right, now
Connor, I don't care if it's a marketing stunt or not. If John Cena is fisting a vagina, that's news. We have to see that. I don't care if he's a character or what.
I'm gonna take a guess. He's fist pumping. I've seen the trailer. Ricky Snicky's.
So you've looked up the fisting.
I've seen the trailer for the movie. It looks fantastic. And Ricky Snicky's kind of just a wild, drunk guy.
Okay.
I can see it's him in a club going bum, 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 bum.
Okay, which brings me to my next point of conversation. This might last 30 seconds. It might last 30 minutes. Is fisting is fisting the most culturally relevant? We've all heard of fisting. Is it the most culturally relevant thing that maybe doesn't even happen that much? Because I'm just going to go ahead and admit right now, I, Brandon Walker, have never stuck my entire fist inside a pussy.
I'll join you on that.
You've never stuck your entire fist inside a pussy.
I got fat hands, man.
I don't know that fisting. I don't know that fisting exists at the level fisting gets talked about. What about you, Titus? What do you think about the old fisting?
I'm thinking back on one instance. I don't know if that one would count.
Wait, you have an actual considerable?
How many?
No. You know what? No.
Okay,
it doesn't count.
How many fingers were involved?
Well, it's not so much the fingers that I question whether that was.
Titus used his foot.
Yeah. But no. You know what? No. I've never either. It's a great point, Brandon. Is that it's something we all are well aware of. We talk about often.
It's mythical, like the clitoris.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's certainly. I would guess the layman has not run into much fisting in their day.
Again, on the record for this show. Put it down, yeah. We'll keep a record. I've never stuck my entire fist in a pussy. So I don't know where that leaves us as far as this conversation goes. I guess we're done. I do notice.
In what world? Can I just ask you this? In what world was this conversation going to be 30 minutes long?
I don't know.
You were setting it up, and you said this might be a 30-second conversation. It might be a 30-minute.
I didn't know if we
you
had.
Guys have to clear your schedule.
I guess I was trying to probe to see if we had a passionate fister here. If somebody was going to stand up and say, "Yeah, I fist all the time. My fist."
It would be Connor. And Connor.
I do notice.
I do
notice that Connor, Ebo, and TJ have not weighed in on the subject. So
I'm watching John Cena's OnlyFans right now.
Oh.
Ebo, has your entire fist ever been inside a human pussy?
No, I literally don't think it's possible.
Now we're getting down to it. That's your 30-minute window right there. Is it possible to stick your fist in a pussy?
It's possible. I'm going to stop you right there. It's possible.
You and a teammate accidentally showed up pussy.
But just go ahead and say it is possible. Now,
Connor, you've been quiet.
Well, I was going to add on to what TJ was talking about with Stanicki.
No, I'm not worried about Stanicki anymore. We're talking about fists and pussies.
Never done it. I really don't know how it works, if we're being totally honest.
Now, are you a discriminate fister, it sounds like? Because you haven't mentioned fisting an asshole yet, which...
Great point.
I mean, if I can't get it in a pussy, I just don't imagine a world I'm getting it in an asshole. Is that crazy?
I think that's a logical leap.
Also, assholes are disgusting. I don't understand why they... Okay.
I was going to join you on the
Go on,
fisting one.
Brandon.
I'll leave you alone over there.
Go on. Here's something that could be, it could be 30 seconds. It could be 30 minutes. When you guys jack off, do you ever...
I got a 30 seconds or 30 minutes one. I was at a bachelor party this weekend, and everyone was from Ireland. And they were asking me about what sports I played growing up and things like that. And I was like, well, I played everything. I played soccer, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, all that stuff. And they thought that was so insane. They were like, that's like not insane. Like, they're like so impressive and like they were like, we don't even have that option. They're like, all we can play is soccer. And I never thought about that like other countries don't have.
They don't have
available to them.
Like, do they have high school sports in other countries?
They said rugby you started playing a little later in life, but like as a kid, the only sport with like enough attention that like you could get or interest
infrastructure
was soccer.
So even further than that, like Little League Baseball just doesn't exist or anything like that, which is I mean, we get thrown in Little League Baseball against our will just to see how athletic we are.
Right.
I I don't know that I've ever considered that either.
No, that made me stand up and like salute the flag. I was like, "Fucking America,
Yeah.
baby! We
Yeah.
can do it all."
Yeah. No, we have all the options.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah. I guess depends on how Americanized the place is, though, right? Because I would assume, Australia sends us football punters. They sent us. We got Australian pitchers, so I feel like Australia, which is
Why does Australia send us the football punters? Why, like we could. That's a technique.
they're also all 35 years old.
So their whole fucking trick is they take the snap and then they take a couple steps to the right before they kick.
Yeah.
Like at this point, we
could train
We
Americans
could train
to do it.
Yeah, we
Americans.
can figure it
Yeah,
out.
we could steal that from them.
We've been to the moon
We don't-
twice now.
Why
We can figure out how to move and
why haven't we started just to train our own guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I understand how it happened immediately, where they're like, yeah, they kick it a different way down there. Like they do it better, and then everyone's like, damn, I got to get myself an Aussie. And then you watch them do it, and you're like, I mean, they're just kind of like running to the side.
I'm gonna
before
be
they
honest.
Kick it. It's not like it's
Doesn't seem like that training should be very hard.
yeah.
Do what you do. Just run 2 steps
Run
to the right
that way a
and
little
then do
bit,
it.
and then do it.
Oh. And we do get all the old punters from them. Like every Aussie punter that comes over is like 24, legitimate. We should have an endless reservoir of 24-year-old punters here.
Yeah, you would think. Funny enough, soccer is not a thing here. Like we have high school soccer.
So what's
teams and stuff,
soccer
but, like,
here
we don't have.
as far as youth sports? Is it fourth?
Oh, I think
There's a,
I think it's third.
it's up there.
second?
I think it's still second. Yeah.
Baseball.
But
then
we don't
soccer?
have
Baseball
we
and
don't have
soccer.
the infrastructure. If you're like a prodigy at soccer,
Right. We
You're
have the
fucked.
early development of soccer, and then once they get to like 10 and they're good, then they have to.
we have recreational soccer. We don't have you're actually good at this and you should pursue this
That's right.
as like a viable I don't know career, but like oh you want a scholarship in college? So the thing about that is like
You're kind
I
of
don't
fucked.
I don't know how I don't know how to do that. But yeah.
Fights are you wearing a 54-year-old man sweater with your reading glasses poking out the side?
They're actually my sunglasses, and I would say it's more of a 62-year-old woman's sweater.
Sorry, I apologize. My fault. Did you ever find the bull riding through the streets?
Yeah, I also looked at the OnlyFans.
Okay, give us the fisting report, please.
John Cena just goes like this.
So there's
He also
no,
does a scissoring thing where he just cuts a piece of paper and a 6-inch thing where he just eats a sandwich. I put my credit card on this website for that.
Damn, he got us. You know what's crazy? I thought John Cena was gonna fist a pussy. I did. I thought
I
we
would
were
watch the movie.
Gonna, I thought we were gonna go to that website. And
Yeah.
it was
All
just, John Cena just fucking her.
I guess
John Cena fisted a pussy on OnlyFans. I would see.
You know who would? You know who is probably a better fister is Roman Reigns. All that practice, like going like this.
I wouldn't be doing my
Ring.
job if I didn't ask the question as a journalist. Do you think John Cena has, in fact, fisted a pussy? If anybody has, John Cena has, correct?
He's talked about
Big fist.
sex on
yeah.
interviews before. He went on Howard Stern and talked about fucking a chick that weighed 280 pounds once.
What?
Awesome clip.
Wow.
280s.
He said she took him home.
She took him home?
Yeah.
Good for him.
All right.
What else?
I have some fights. You're a masshole, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had this is sports news, and I wanted to get fight why we have a masshole here. UMass going to the MAC.
Oh,
Does
big
matter?
news.
Does this matter to you? Does this matter? I want the UMass report in general. Like, what is UMass as a college? As a guys you went to high school with said they're going to UMass. What does that mean?
I
About those
actually, I don't have. I only went. I didn't go to high school in Massachusetts, so I didn't really know. I had some friends from when I was younger who I didn't really stay connected with who go there. I went to UMass once in my life. I went to a Rascal Flatts concert.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I've been to a
Did
Rascal
little
Flatts.
fingering in the back seat.
Hey,
Not fisting fingering.
Nice.
NASCAR's and freedom.
It was a great song. But I don't know any. I don't think most people care.
All right. Well, that's why he's here. The UMass.
Rank,
Oh, come. That's okay.
I think it's like a joke. It's like the flagship University of Massachusetts.
I was wondering how UMass is going to fit culturally.
So does it go Boston College in Massachusetts? Boston College 1? Harvard 2?
There isn't really.
There's not a 1.
There's not a one.
So it starts at like 4? Boston
Yeah.
College 4?
I would say it starts at 5. It's all your pro sports and then whatever school your dad went to. Like I liked BC, but
Now,
Yeah.
Fights, you classify yourself as a sports fan?
Yeah.
You're a Red Sox guy, right? You like baseball? You like watching?
Baseball was like the one sport that I kind of like. It was like 2020. I guess since we still blame things on the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I just never really got back into it. It helps that the Red Sox suck. So
I bet you think, but I bet coming from Boston and everything, you think only humans play baseball, though, right? I mean, there's
only humans.
only human beings play baseball. There's never been like a big time animal that played baseball or anything like that.
I would agree with that.
Would you? What if I told you that there was a horse that played baseball? What would you say to that? Would you say that was probably likely?
I'd say that was unlikely.
TJ, are you ready? Because what I have here, Fights, it's Mr. Ed against Sandy Koufax. And he's hit the ball up against the wall.
He crushes it.
Before this finishes, have you ever seen this clip?
I've never seen
Watch immediately. All right, round and third, round and second. Here he comes.
That's a great clip.
I swear to God, if we're doing this show in 40 years, I'm showing people that clip.
I want a compilation of everyone that comes on the show. We show them the clip. It's just a super cut of them seeing Mr. Ed sliding at home.
Mark, you're wearing the shirt.
I am, yeah. I got the
Looks awesome.
Family.
100th anniversary of Mostly Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
The hats are on the store. The shirts are on the store.
Yeah.
Jerry had a video yesterday talking about his Arch Madness, and he was wearing one of our family shirts.
Yeah, great for our branding to have a video of Jersey Jerry talking about how he needs more feet to jack off to. We're in the.
All right. We got anything else?
I don't think so. I think that might be it.
Fights. We're gonna.
Oh, the guy running the.
I mean, he's really riding that thing. Also, I'm gonna say that might be a cow because some cows have horns. I'm saying that might be a cow.
That's what I was just gonna say as well.
I don't think that's a bull.
Is a bull not a cow with horns?
I think a bull's got to have muscles.
A bull has to have. A bull needs to be dangerous.
Yeah.
That's just a cow.
I think a bull is just a cow with horns.
No, because some female cows have horns, and female cows are not bulls.
Can I push back on this a little bit? A guy riding a galloping cow through the street. It's still something.
But the bar was set here.
Yeah, that's
and now
true.
It's here.
I thought it was an angry bull that was posed a danger to everybody but him.
Yeah.
Like, let's say he's in traffic and he's trying to merge. If it's a bull, you're letting that guy over every time. I might squeeze that cow out.
You're going to cut off the cow.
I might cut off the cow because I don't want to get stuck behind a cow. Do you want to get stuck behind a cow?
No, I can see that. That's a logical.
But a bull.
It happened to me once in college, and let me tell you, I carry that regret with me.
You almost got your whole fist in it. Fights, before we go, you just have to say one thing.
Yes.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Family.
Promote your comedy show.
Tomorrow night, I am hosting the Barstool Chicago Comedy Night at Laugh Factory in Chicago, 3175 North Broadway. It is me hosting, so that means I've worked on about 10 minutes of.
Give us a little
material.
Taste,
huh?
Give us a little, just a skosh.
Nah, Nick's gonna write it this afternoon, I think. So I got that. We got Mook. We got Chris Bader, who's very funny. He's been on the Yak before, and Terrani's gonna do a set too. So if you're in Chicago or anywhere within 3 or 4 hours of this place, get to it tomorrow night.
What kind of comedy we expecting from Brandon Walker? Topical jokes. We're gonna be a little edgy.
Oh, very edgy, very racial.
A little racial.
A lot of racial.
Okay.
I expect to say, Ben Mintz is going to write most of it.
All right.
The last thing on family is Fights okay with us co-opting family because he is the Fast and Furious guy in the company.
I was gonna say one last thing. I love that you guys say family, and I'm disappointed in the way I said it, so I'd like to say it again if I may.
Go ahead.
Family.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
we might have to use use that as like
that's pretty good.
the voiceover.
That's pretty good.
Yep,
That's
family.
pretty fucking good. All right, thank you to Fights for joining us.
Thank you very much for
That's
having
awesome.
me, guys.
You're welcome back anytime.
Appreciate you.
That's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.
That's how ball is done.